Hello everyone, it is time for May's Shaker Sunday video. I am using the Spark of Joy sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps today. I'm going to make a card, but this idea for a shaker can be recreated for scrapbook layouts or really anything you would like. So for today's shaker, I'm going to be using a die set that is made to die cut a shaker. Lots and lots of companies have these. I will link up some in the description box for you, so I'm not just going to link up this one. This one's from Close to My Heart, and I'm not even sure if they make it anymore, but I know lots of companies make these circle shaker dies, so I will definitely link those up in the description box. Also, next time we do Shaker Sunday, we're going to be doing a shaped shaker. So that, which I love to do. They're amazing. And yeah, so this is going to be super fun. Let's start by die cutting our shaker elements using just some white cardstock. So this shaker has the top part, the bottom part. Then there are these circle elements that you can get confetti. We are not going to use the paper confetti. We're going to use sequins because sequins are my jam. Today I'm going to show you how to make a shaker where you don't need to worry about the foam tape. This shaker will not come apart. This shaker will never leak. So I have some nice, heavy, thick cardstock. And for the ring portion of my shaker, so the top piece, I am die cutting that top piece over and over and over and over again. 3-4 times, as much height as you feel you want on your shaker. I made my shaker pretty thin. I think I die cut my Not Your Mama's cardstock from Brutus Monroe like 3 times. But also, Not Your Mama's cardstock from Brutus Monroe is very thick. So keep that in mind and just keep die cutting until you have a nice lift. It can be a little thicker. It can be as thick as foam tape. It can be thinner, a little bit thinner. Just you want definitely some room for those sequins to move around in. So I have die cut the rings, and for my top ring, I die cut a piece of pattern paper. My card today, my project is all stash. So my pattern paper is stash. All the little elements. I just went through my 6x6 paper pads and I found papers that I thought would match and look amazing for the sequin mix. I started my design of this card with my sequin mix, which I think sometimes is a super fun way to use up a sequin mix. So whether you're making a card, whether you're making a scrapbook page, if you start with a sequin mix and then pull in the papers from that mix that match, make a couple of die cuts, you can work through a couple of packs of sequins on one layout. So there's a good stash busting tip for you. I have also cut my circle from some acetate, and now I'm going to layer up the rings. So our little sandwich we've got going on here is pattern paper, acetate, and then all of the layers of the white rings that we cut. I am putting these rings together with wet glue because that is the very best glue to make sure you get a nice, strong adhesive bondage so that your shaker will stay together. I decided I wanted to make a Get Well Soon card, and I went ahead into my stash of Close to My Heart stamps and grabbed a couple stamps from an older stamp set. Again, this is all in my stash. I have loads of stamps and dies and fun things that don't make it onto videos very often. But this is one of them. So this is, again, this is from Close to My Heart. I'm not even sure if they still make any of these dies or stamps that I'm using, but I purchased them and I want to use them for today. The stamp set I'm using is called Under the Weather, and the little number is D2071. So I think close to my heart is they're like in their super big sale. So maybe if you type the number in, maybe you'll find it. I don't know. I have no idea. So I am using Clay Mask, which is a gorgeous peachy melon color. I adore this color, and it perfectly matches the peach in the Spark of Joy sequin mix. I'm taking images from the stamp set, placing them on this white circle. So this is the bottom of our shaker. This is going to be the base of our shaker. The Spark of Joy sequin mix also has a lovely dark navy blue. So I'm also using some Juniper Mist ink, and I am creating almost like pattern paper with all of these images from the stamp set. So the design that I decided I liked the best was having that navy blue rain cloud in the middle of my circle, and then the little pills and hearts and thermometers and things around the edges. I'm finishing my circle off with a splatter of Sunrise Chromo Mist. I love this mist. It's beautiful. One of my absolute favorites. And then I'm going to set that aside to dry. For papers to create my shaker card, I have some papers from Emily Moore Designs, and I also have a couple patterns from Catherine Pooler. Again, I chose it completely off of that sequin mix. So I wanted to pull in the navies and the corally colors that are part of that mix. And then when I go to create my shaker and put the sequins in the shaker, I will there's also some green and some yellow in the mix, but I'm just going to toss those colors aside because I really wanted to go with the corally orangey color and the navy blue. I think that those colors look really pretty together. And I was also feeling in the mood to try something different, to have a unique kind of a unique kind of card design or a unique color combination. So I'm cutting these papers down. This is a cute little trick that I learned from Christy Marcotte. First of all, Christy Marcotte is like my card guru. Like, she's so good. She makes cards the way I want to make cards, with lots of pretty pattern papers. And I adore her style. If you have never watched her channel, you should go check it out. She's pretty amazing. To finish the base of this card off, I'm taking a blending brush and my clay mask, and I'm just doing the edges, like just a little bit. Right around the edge, making sure not to really ink up that rain cloud in the middle. That's the Juniper Mist color. Now it's time to go ahead and add the sequin mix to my shaker. Again, I'm pulling out the green and yellow sequins. I'm just keeping the rest because the rest kind of go with my color palette that I've already decided on and chosen. And then once I have my sequins cleaned up a little bit here, I can go ahead, add a wet glue right along the edge and put the back of my shaker card on. And there we go, our shaker's done. And once that glue dries, those shakers aren't moving anywhere. They're not going to come out in the mail. They're adhered. They're done. You can mail this card. It will be awesome. So I put all of these elements on the front of my card and then realized that at some point I had gotten ink on the inside of the card. What? Okay, so let's fix this. Because I had all these different pattern papers, I had chosen to match my sequin mix. I had some that I hadn't used yet, and I thought, hey, let's do this. So I'm just going to cut down a piece of this pretty pattern paper. It matches all the colors that are on the front of my card, and I am going to go ahead and just glue it right down on the inside of the card. The paper's flat, doesn't have any, and it's not a smooth card. It's the opposite side of that floral paper. So I can just go ahead and I can write on there if I want. I can do whatever I want, but added bonus, it covers up the smudge and I don't have to throw my card away or start over or mess with it. Just pop some pattern paper on the inside. And there we go. I'm going to add a couple more sequins to the outside of the card just for a little bit of embellishment, and we will call this card done. Thank you so very much for joining me today. You guys are the absolute best. I hope you have had a wonderful weekend and have enjoyed this Shaker Sunday. If any products have caught your eye, I will do my best to link up anything that's available. But because this is a primarily stash card, that probably a lot of the things aren't there. I know the sequins are there though. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.